Welcome and good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Bellingham. We are so happy you are here. My name is Ronna Biggs, and I use she, her pronouns, and I'm your platform host today. We have a wonderful, wonderful service planned for you today with Reverend Abigail as our speaker. We have a full music cadre today, and just so honored that you're here, whether you're online or whether you're here in person. And I just want to acknowledge that this beautiful property that we are on, we are gathered in the space of the Lummi and the Nooksack people who have stewarded and honored this land well before us, and we are honored to share this space today in so many ways. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. We have a couple of notifications posted on the screen, but we'd love to welcome you. You can visit the Ask Me desk, which is in the back, and we have some board members there that are happy to answer questions about our center and our teachings, and we have a lot of volunteer opportunities to help get you connected along the way. And also you can sign up for email notifications. So that's how you get the latest news coming from our center about what's happening each week and upcoming classes and events. So welcome, 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 and love to see you here on this beautiful, beautiful sunny day. It seems like it is time for some music.
Tis time.
Let's do it.
We've got our friend Jordan Rain joining us today. If you're able, why don't you stand and we'll sing into this day together. 1, 2, ready. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody get up on your feet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Well, good morning, everybody. Why don't you take a minute to greet some of those friends out there? If you're online, let us know where you're tuning in from. Shall we? just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome All right, well, at this time, we'd like to invite any of the kids who are here with us today, come up and meet your teachers, and we'll sing you out into this glorious day. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, that's interesting. Maybe you would need to come up a little bit in the house. All right, we'll sing Hooray for the World. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. Got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got trees and bumblebees, rivers and lakes and the open seas, mountains and valleys and animals too, and a sun that shines on me and you. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. Got Mother Nature and the human race. We got Mother Nature and the human race.
Oh. Can you hear me? Okay. So let me add my good morning to everybody else's good morning and welcome to this beautiful day, to this beautiful present moment, the only one we really, really have. So is that not beautiful? And what a blessing it is. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm one of the prayer practitioners here today serving you. And if you would like prayer after service, please ask me, ask Leo, ask Beverly. We are happy to serve you in that way. And you can also choose to reach out for prayer in a variety of ways, including putting a written request in the prayer vessel. And there is a blank form back there if you want to just fill it out and pop it in, and we will do prayer during the week for you. So, oh, and I would be remiss in not saying, please join us for our wonderful Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. morning spiritual practice prayer. Woo! Please. And we would love to see you there. Although really, we may not see you because you don't have to turn your camera on. So just come, join us, and join in the fun. But now, I would like to just take this moment and offer the opening prayer. So I invite you to join me in just taking a deep centering breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Join me in knowing that there is only one presence, one power, one infinite, all-encompassing field of love and light. Call it what you may, spirit, God, quantum field, knowing it is all one. And grounding into this precious present moment, I invite myself and you to delightfully connect with this field, with the truth of our being, the truth of our oneness, of our wholeness, our freedom, and allow the divine unfolding of this moment, this day, this service, this life. And knowing there are infinite ways to experience freedom, whether that be physically, emotionally, spiritually, whateverly. Let freedom ring. Grateful for sweet recognition and sweet release. I open to truly hearing and receiving Reverend Abigail's message and embracing every part of who I am. I open to the music and the way it makes my heart vibrate and my body want to dance and move and be, to be free, to be me, to be my unique manifestation of spirit. Opening to gentleness and peace, to joy, to being wrapped in love's gentle embrace. Trusting, open, blessed. I know this for you as I know it for myself, and so it is.
Oh, let me feel inner peace from the center of me. Oh, let me feel inner peace from the center of me. Oh, let me feel inner peace from the center of me. Oh, let me feel inner peace from the center of me. My heart is open. My heart is open, I am awake. There is a knowing of love, love, love. My heart is open, I am awake. There is a knowing of love, love, love. Oh, let me feel inner peace from the center of me. Is open. My heart is open. Well, I brought this next song. We sang it one time this winter, but looking at Reverend Abigail's talk for today, No Bad Parts, this was a song I wrote especially about that. A time last summer that I went out into the wilderness for about 5 days and solo fasted for 3 of them, and Spirit really came through during that time, and this is one of the songs that was gifted to me. May my heart soften, may I be unfurled and open, so I can see. May my heart soften toward all the parts of me, may the ones I've yet to know set me free. May my heart soften, may I be unfurled and open, so I can see. May my heart soften toward all the parts of me, may the ones I've yet to know set me free. I walk the shadows, find my way back home, deep into the heart of belonging, never alone. May my heart soften, may I be unfurled and open, so I can see. May my heart soften toward all the parts of me, may the ones I've yet to know set me free. I walk the shadows, find my way back home, deep into the heart of belonging, never alone. May my heart soften, may I be unfurled and open, so I can see. May my heart soften toward all the parts of me, may the ones I've yet to know set me free. I walk the shadows, find my way back home, deep into the heart of belonging, never alone. I walk the shadows, find my way back home, deep into the heart of belonging, never alone, never alone, never alone.
And I'm so grateful. I do want to acknowledge Beverly, who's here, and for the first 5 months of my time, from October through February, I was living at Beverly's house, and I was able to connect with you. And then from March till this last weekend, I've been living at Susan Jancik's house, who's still on vacation but coming back very soon. And I have to say that you would not have me so present and joyful if it weren't for those two individuals. So thank you so much. Yeah. I have more to say about our great community, but first, I want to talk about our country for just a minute, because we had a big event. We had a big event yesterday, our 250th celebration. That's huge and amazing. And there's a spectrum of different feelings and emotions that go with that celebration. What I've noticed that there seems to be a cultural backdrop that has a lot of chaos to it. There's a lot of appearance of division, and the gas prices went up really high. They're coming down. The grocery bills are getting more expensive. Somebody became a trillionaire for the first time in the world's history, and there's people who haven't had food to eat, and so it's like a vast experience of what's going on. And I know that sometimes when I'm scrolling through social media, there becomes a heavy atmosphere of the differences. Or on some feeds, it's like the system knows what I'm looking for, and so I go into a hole that's just my world, but then I look out in the rest of the world, and I'm like, wait, that's so different than this little hole that I'm in. And I think that there's often a narrative that talks about our world or this country, our communities, saying that we are deeply divided. There's a narrative that feeds this idea that we're deficient or that we are incomplete, and that we should be afraid of each other. There's a whole narrative out there around that, and it basically is saying that our freedom and our peace is based solely on external conditions, and that's what the narrative is. And we can only relax when my political party's in office, or we can only relax when the inflation cools, or we can only relax when the stock market is doing great. It's like that all of that out there is affecting everything in here, and I can get caught up in that. I don't know about you, but I can get caught up in that. And I was thinking of this theme, the monthly theme, which is being whole no matter what. Being whole no matter what. And I want to talk about claiming an entirely different type of independence, where we are here to remember that the radical idea, the subversive idea that we are whole no matter what. That the sovereignty of my soul is unshaken by what's happening in the outside world. That my freedom is not determined by somebody else. And that's the radical ideas we're presenting here today. And oftentimes, there's like this idea that wholeness is a destination. After you've been through therapy, or after you've worked through all your issues, or after you've perfected all your bad behaviors, reduced all your bad behaviors. We perfect them all the time sometimes, but after you've healed your childhood trauma, then you can be whole. Like it's a place that you're getting to. I'm getting to my wholeness. But the idea is that wholeness is inherent in who you are. So I have a couple of illustrations for you just to kind of help anchor you in this truth. I don't know if you've ever heard of a holographic photograph, if you've ever had a holographic sticker or anything like that. You look at the hologram, it looks 3D and everything, and you can cut it up into pieces, and each little piece will contain the whole hologram. It's really cool. Really, really cool. And that's the idea, that everything that looks fragmented contains the entirety of the self, of the infinite self, of the source, of the spirit, of the universe. That everything that looks like a piece, that looks fragmented, is actually not. It's whole and complete within itself. And it actually could never be separate. Another illustration of this truth is in cellular biology. In cellular biology, they realize that there's DNA in every single cell. And our DNA makeup in every single cell is the same, regardless of the cell. So some cells are, skin cells or liver cells or heart cells, or, each cell has a different expression. But contained in every single one is that divine blueprint of the whole body. And in each of us is the divine blueprint of the infinite body of spirit. And while we may be different cells expressing in different ways, we're still part of the same body. The right hand and the left hand are part of the same expression. And so for me, that's a reminder to not get caught up in this idea that the narrative that says there's division, the narrative that says we're all separate, the narrative that says we need to be afraid of each other, and instead remember the truth that we're all part of the wholeness and we're all expressing at different levels or different ways of that infinite spirit. And one way isn't right or wrong, but in order for me to have peace and experience a sense of freedom is to remember that we're not in a divided world, but that we're in a world of wholeness that is expressing in various ways. There's a truth in a story from the Gospel of Thomas. The Gospel of Thomas is part of the ancient Gnostic texts. They were discovered in Egypt long after, the books of the Bible. There's like the Bible spans 1,000 years of different sacred texts that got compiled, and some texts got in there, some texts didn't get in there, and then way later on, the Gnostic texts were discovered in Egypt, and there's one of the Gospels called the Gospel of Thomas, which talks about part of Jesus' life. And in that text, Jesus speaks directly to the internal reality of our wholeness, that we're here and contained within us is everything we need to be the fullness of who we are. And he said, that which you bring forth, here it is, I can say this text, that if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. But if you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. Yeah. And so it's like everything contained within us is the wholeness of who we are. And if we tune in to the truth of our being and can bring it forth and be a contribution to the entire wholeness, then it saves us. And if I stay in that sense of separation and lack and limitation, and I restrict the truth of my being, then it can destroy me. So it gives us an opportunity to look at our human condition, and instead of judging all of that, recognize the beauty of our internal truth of who we truly are. And also in the Gospel of Thomas, there's a story. There's a story of Gnostic allegory. It's called the Hymn of the Pearl. And this story is about a prince. And the prince is invited to, his family, he's a royal family, and they had this pearl that was priceless. It was like the pearl that was so beautiful. It was perfect. And it got taken away and it got thrown down a well, in this muddy well. And so it was the prince who was going to go retrieve the pearl for his family. And he goes to the city where the well is located, and the city people are really friendly, really wonderful, and they feed him, and they give him this this mystery drink. And the mystery drink, it contains something that makes him forget who he is. So he forgets who he is, and he thinks he's a servant. And so for years, he's on the streets, he's being a servant, he's doing what people tell him to do, he's just, he thinks he's nobody, he thinks he's nothing. And he does that for years and years. And the family's like, what happened to him? They find out what happens to him, and they send an eagle to remind him of who he truly is. And so the eagle flies into his room, and it speaks directly to him, and it awakens him to his royal heritage. And in that, he realizes his purpose, that he's supposed to go get this pearl out of the mud in the well. He goes, he retrieves the pearl, rinses it off, and it contains all of the beauty and the pricelessness that it always was meant to have. And he goes home to his family. So this story is like our story. Each and every one of us are made of royal blood. Everybody. Every human is made of this royal blood, and we forget who we are, and we treat ourselves terribly, and we think we don't deserve things, and we make up all these stories that are untrue about us. But the end is about waking up to who we truly are, and that when the prince wakes up to who he truly is, it's like his royalty wasn't diminished. He just went through this experience in the interim that was a journey that got him to remember who he truly was and find the priceless value of what he was meant to do. And so that's our story. It doesn't mean that the mud is bad. It doesn't mean that the forgetting is something that we need to shun or get mad at. It's just part of our story. And the other part of our story is to awaken to the truth of who we are. So I just wonder what parts of your history or your personality or your story have you thrown out as dark or unworthy? And what could you recognize that was part of the wholeness of your experience? And by getting to that place of remembering who you are doesn't mean that you toss out all those pieces of yourself, because that's part of you and that's part of the wholeness of what you bring to the situation. You know, Carl Jung and Joe Dispenza are two people I really love. And the idea is to recognize that there's a part of this human experience where we're operating off in the survival brain, the reptile brain. And the reptile brain is like kind of the reactive, fear-based place. It was created for a purpose, to keep us safe. And oftentimes, we don't need it to be responding in our life, but it does so because it's trying to keep us safe. So does it mean it's wrong or bad or shameful that our reptile brain is trying to keep us safe? No. It just means that we've got aspects of ourselves, they're like bodyguards and they signed up to protect us, but the drama is already gone. Like we don't need to work from the survival world. But it's interesting because in the world of division or a world where things bring fear into our life, it activates that survival brain and those bodyguards that are trying to keep us safe. But it doesn't mean that they're wrong or bad. It just means that there's parts of ourselves that are trying to protect us. And so to connect with the source of our beingness is our call. To not come from that survival brain, but to acknowledge it is really important. You know, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's a neuroscientist, and his research demonstrates that when we live in chronic stress and we process life through our hormones of survival, that we view life from a lens of separation, from a lens of hostility, and from a lens of lack. And so again, that's not wrong or bad. It just means that that's what our bodies have been programmed to do. And so if I can shift from seeing everything as a threat and recognize it's just part of my body that's trying to protect me, that I can reconnect to my true source, which is about the idea that everything is a part of the beauty and the wholeness that is. So instead of seeing what's going out there as divisive, I could just see it as a part of the multiplicity of spirit unfolding. That I can choose to react from a centered place when I remember who I am, or I can choose to react from that reactive place. So it's an opportunity to welcome what is unfolded and be curious about it and honor it, but not be controlled by it. Ernest Holmes basically said that if you fight your fear, you feed it, but if you welcome it with curiosity, you can transform it. So I want to invite you to think about and tune in to those ideas. The third idea I wanted to talk about, so the first one is that multiplicity is not fragmentation. It's simply the differences of the whole, like the facets of a diamond, right? And the second thing is to move our second opportunity is to move from the survival brain into the universal source of creativity, the consciousness of connection, the consciousness of love, the consciousness of peace, and to continue to shift ourselves out of those patterns that are the fear or the lack and into the centeredness of the knowingness and the groundedness. Because we can also shape the narrative from that place, or we can shape it from the reactive place. So the third thing I wanted to talk about is that freedom is an inside job. And I have a book of the month. I'm very excited about it. It's called How to Be Free, written by Schairer. And I've listened to a podcast that he was being interviewed on. It's a brand new book. I haven't read it. I have it. I'll be talking about it more this month because I'm going to read it along with you. But he says that true freedom is an inside job, and it requires us to escape our hidden prisons through radical responsibility. And how does he have an opportunity to speak about this? He was 19 years old, and he murdered somebody, and he went to prison for, I think they gave him like 40 years or something like that. And while he was in prison, they actually sent him to the solitary confinement for 7 years. And it was torture. It was literal torture for him. But in the middle of that, he recognized he had a huge awakening, a huge realization. And he says that the most paralyzing, torturous prisons on earth are not made of concrete and iron. The most dangerous prisons are our own internal hidden ones that we build ourselves, created out of past trauma, created out of shame, created out of grief, created out of unexamined anger and self-doubt. And so he was able to create a path of freedom while in prison because he stopped playing the victim role. He did live in an oppressive environment, and he took absolute radical accountability for his own choices and his own responses to the outside world. And he realized that even when our outside circumstances are deeply unfair, are abusive, they're out of our control, we still have the power to choose our internal response. And that is the ultimate human liberation. And so I think about him, and I think about Viktor Frankl, that people have been in the most extreme, torturous, terrible circumstances. And I heard in Shaka's podcast describing some of the circumstances, and it was horrendous. I mean, it was really, really terrible. And he found freedom. So if he can find freedom in there, I bet we can find freedom right here. Can we connect to the source of our freedom? Can we create a sense of liberation despite what's appearing on the outside world? And I do believe that we can. Carl Jung says, if you can make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life. If you make the unconscious conscious, it will be free. That's what it was. If you make the unconscious conscious, it will make you free. But if you keep it hidden, it will direct your life. That's what he said. And so the idea is to recognize what is stirring in you and let it go and release it. Not judge it, but just let it be. So for instance, I have a little homework experiment for you to do, which is, if you want to, nothing's a requirement here, but some people like the homework. So I'm going to give it to you every day this week, just for 10 minutes, if you just wrote down any fears, any anxieties, any worries, any concerns, and you just release them, and then you bless them, and you say, thank you, brain, for trying to keep me safe. And then you just ask the question, what else is possible? It's like, instead of shunning yourself or getting mad at yourself for the way that our physiology was made up, just release it, let it be, and then be curious about what else is possible. So it's a really simple journaling practice. And what I recognize is that we can come to that place of conscious freedom. So knowing that there are parts of ourselves that are not saboteurs working against our happiness. They are merely frightened bodyguards that took up a post years ago and never got the memo that the danger has passed and we are okay. So for this week, I want you to remember the first thing, which is multiplicity is not separation or fragmentation. Multiplicity is just facets of the wholeness of who we are. And the second thing is to remember to acknowledge your survival brain, but instead of letting it rule you, reconnect with that united field of consciousness that is the truth of your being. And the third thing is to remember that true freedom is an inside job, and that liberation and freedom is already contained within us. Just like that divine blueprint, we already have it. We just get to tune into it and let it unfold in our lives. So I recognize and know that this is our opportunity. When we talk about freedom and 250 years, that we can take freedom to the next level, that we can be the place where freedom shows up. And whenever I take that on as a radical responsibility, I can create ripples of freedom that just touch everybody around me. And that's what I love being a part of. So thank you for joining me. And I'm going to pray, but before I pray, I want to do a little bit of acknowledgement. I have been incredibly supported by this community. There's a meal train going on right now because we still have a pod of stuff that's packed up and not coming until next Thursday. I had people come, and Gina and I got all of our stuff moved to Susan Jancik's house, and John Mitchell and his son and son-in-law and Susie and one of their friends came and helped move all that stuff into the garage. And then this last weekend, I had a crew of people. I had Rana and Dan and Diane and Brenda and Richard all came on Friday and helped us move things, the first load of things from that garage into the house. And then this Friday is going to be another opportunity. So if you want to help, you have a little bit of strength within you. We do have the professional movers to move some of the big heavy furniture, but all the other boxes and bins and stuff, I will say yes to receiving your support. Rana is coordinating all of that. And I have to say, receiving this amount of support is like unprecedentedly beautiful. I cannot express in words, and I hope for the next many, many years I can show you how grateful I am, because it means the world to me on how generous you've been. And now I'm getting food because our kitchen is still half packed in the pod, and I'm just so grateful. So thank you so much for showing me what community looks like at a level I've never seen it in my life before. I really appreciate it. And now I'll pray. And I do start with gratitude. Gratitude for the people in this community who make it that, who make a community filled with love and connection. The people who've beautified the path and have gardened and tended our area. The people who make the coffee and do the sound. The people who are here in the music. And the people who are in the community care team out visiting people in the hospitals or doing meal trains. And there's so much to this community. So many people invested in the city of Bellingham and the unhoused and people who need food. Everybody in this community is something special. And I'm so grateful for the wholeness that is revealed through us, that there is a call, an internal call of participating in the co-creation of a world that works for all. And I know that it is beautifully illustrated and continues to be illustrated in deep and profound ways from this moment on. I'm so grateful to be a part of it, to be reminded of the rootedness, the groundedness, of the sweetness and the beauty and the love that is present here. I know and claim that is magnified and multiplied, and that I am here to be a place of freedom, of peace, of liberation, of joy, of connection. And that as I do this and remember it in myself, that just like a hologram, all of the pieces reflect that truth within themselves, because we are truly part of that one beautiful expression of the divine. So I remember that every time I see division, every time I think that there's fear, that there is hatred, I recenter into the love that I am. I recenter into the peace that I am. I recenter into the freedom that is my inherent birthright, knowing that as I am this today, I continue to create and reveal that to the world. I'm so grateful to know that this is done better than I can imagine, because the infinite universe is just saying yes to itself, as it says yes to me, and it says yes to each and every person here. Yes, that's what freedom is. That's what love is. That's what connection is. That's what liberation is, where truly we uplift and love each other in a deeper and more profound way. And so in that, I'm so grateful. I release this prayer. So grateful for this community, for this country, and for this world, and for this life right here and right now. And so it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reverend Abigail. Thank you. Thank you, community. Thank you for your support and showing your love in so many different ways. And at this time for our offertory, I'd like to invite the ushers forward, and an extra special thank you for all of the financial gifts that you offer in support of continuing to build our community together and to sharing this love out in the world.
me be nurtured. Let me be nourished. Let me be loved by you. Let me be nurtured. Let me be nourished. Let me be loved by you. I am worthy of love. I deserve to receive. I am worthy of all the good that comes to me. I am worthy of rest. I deserve room to breathe. I am worthy of all the good that comes to me. Let me be nurtured. Let me be nourished. Let me be loved by you. Let me be nurtured. Let me be nourished. Let me be loved by you. I am worthy of love. I deserve to receive. I am worthy of all the good that comes to me. I am worthy of rest. I deserve room to breathe. I am worthy of all the good that comes to me. Let me be nurtured. Let me be nourished. Let me be loved by you.
Thank you for the beautiful music. All right, we have a handful of announcements today. The first is the next 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership classes coming up this week. And again, we have a Monday night Zoom class on June 6th and a Tuesday morning in-person class on the 7th. And this month's topic is Commitment 6, Integrity, exploring integrity, aligning commitments, behavior, and values with transparency. So even though if you have not attended before, we would love to have you join the class. You can join the rest of the series. You can join based on the topic. We will love to have you. So please sign up at the Ask Me desk and we'll get you connected to the class. And then a little bit more about the book study that Reverend Abigail was introducing and talking about. Starting on July 9th for 4 Thursdays, our own practitioner, Francine Kitchen, will be leading a book study with the book, How to Be Free, A Proven Guide to Escaping Life's Hidden Prisons, written by Shaka Sangor. So How to Be Free, a little more description, is a roadmap for breaking free from whatever's holding you back. Drawing from those profound lessons he learned during those 19 years in prison, including 7 in solitary, Schairer reveals the mindset and practices that transformed his own life and that can help anyone build their own foundation of freedom through simple daily practices and showing you how to turn your vision into action. So it should be just an amazing book study, and Francine's been a great facilitator of the book studies over the years. So please join, and you can get connected in the back. We'll have some more information about that. So great, exciting book. This is, again, it's Zoom only, so that is, you can be wherever you need to be for those book studies. It will be online only. And then coming up also next weekend is the Bellingham Pride Festival. So as we understand, there is there's a collection of tables that are representing spiritual and faith traditions and organizations out in the community, and we have a space at that table, and Kim Fear is someone who is organizing volunteers to help staff the table and just visit and be present about our center and answer some questions. And don't worry if you feel like you don't know a lot about the center. That's the wonderful thing about the collective mind, and we'll have some information that you too can tap into. But it's really just showing up too and being present and introducing people to our community in a really positive way. So if you have an interest in volunteering, we've got a sign-up sheet in the back. Actually, I think what we have is Kim's contact information to connect with her at this point to get connected to sign up to volunteer. So she's looking for some folks to help with the table. Also, the Bellingham Pride Parade does start at, I believe, are we 11 o'clock, noon? 11 o'clock. I think I said noon earlier. I apologize. It's 11 o'clock. So you could come to the first service. You could swiftly but safely after the second service probably get the end of the parade. But we'll love to have you. There is a celebration that's downtown in the Depot Market, which is where the info table will be. And then we have a call for volunteers for a couple of areas. There's some folks that have been long-term volunteers who have stepped away, so there are some positions available for support. The first is the sound and live stream tech team with our own Philip Flores, who's currently in the back, one of those people in the back. And you can chat with Philip if you'd like to learn more. One of the common questions is, how much technology do I need to know before doing that task? And the great thing is they will train you. They'll provide some great training. So you can talk to Philip about what that would mean and what the volunteer opportunity looks like and all that kind of good stuff. The second part is the path and patio team. We do have some folks that arrive early in the morning, and they do help to clear the pathways and the walkways and our outdoor patio. So when we get to arrive for service time, it's a beautiful, welcoming environment. And it's a really critical position that we have that creates that welcoming space. And if you're interested in learning more about that, we've got to sign up for that in the back as well. And then the men's group will be meeting next Sunday after service at 12 p.m. Philip, coincidentally, happens to be the contact for the men's group as well. Oh, no. Leo. Oh, sorry. There was some pointing from the back. We are now identifying Leo as the contact for the men's group. So please come up and chat with practitioner Leo Brody if you've got some questions about the men's group, but it'll be meeting next Sunday. Thank you so much. And excitingly, we have a guest speaker coming up. Reverend Sarah Nichols will be the guest speaker on Sunday, July 19th. And Reverend Sarah, I believe, is from Sacramento? Yep, CSL Sacramento. And Reverend Sarah's talk title is How to Know You and Others Are Whole at the Same Time. Reverend Sarah wrote the book, How to Know What You Know, and will be leading a workshop after service that day from 12:30 to 2 on that particular topic. So the workshop focuses on tools and practices for discernment and detecting what's light rather than what's right. Reverend Sarah is inviting folks to register for her workshop in advance, and there's a couple of combinations for that. There's a ticket cost of $30 without purchasing the book, or $20 when you purchase the book, and an additional $20. It's $20 for registration, and then if you purchase the book for an additional $20, so $40 if you do the registration and book combo. $30 registration only, $40 for the book and registration combo. You can sign up at the Ask Me desk or online, and we'll look forward to having Reverend Sarah visit our community and share some great wisdom. And then the last couple announcements are sharing about the retreats, and the Lodge of Light Chakra Retreat coming up August 24th through 28th is open for registration still. And something new is that there are scholarships up to $300 that are now available. So if you've had a question about the cost for the retreat, there are some financial scholarships that are being offered, and you can contact the CSL office for more information about the scholarships. And then, of course, if you do want to register still for the retreat, you can sign up online. This is a more detailed retreat with food and lodging questions than the usual, so you'll register online so those additional details can be gathered from you at the time, or call the office and inquire about the scholarship opportunities. And then the other retreat that's coming up in September is recognizing Women's Wisdom and Wellness, and it will be September 17th through the 20th at Camp Casey down on Whidbey Island, which is also gorgeous. And our own Reverend Abigail will be the featured speaker. So similarly, the registration for this retreat is also through the group's website or contacting Pam Tippett. I'm not sure if Pam's here today. Don't see Pam, but you can. We've got some information about how to get to that website. It's also on the slide, so you'll see that in the weekly announcements as well. But there's a little bit more detail because that's a retreat that also includes lodging and housing and things like that. So those details will be online, and we will love to see you at one or both of those retreats if you so enjoy. And now we're almost to our close. So I would like to offer a closing benediction, and then we'll turn it over to the band for our closing song. In this moment, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for this community of light and love. I am so grateful to know that love lives here and love is present here. And the wonderful thing is that here is in infinite places. That love is here in my heart and the heart of those in this community and all around. That love is in the building, the beautiful grounds. Love is in the energy that we share with one another, near and far. And what a joy that I step into this love. It is the conduit of great freedom to express the being that I am, the freedom that each of us may be as we are in any given moment of this human experience and beyond. This is an enduring love and a vast freedom. I am so grateful to be in this space and that the whispers of the birds remind me of this joy. And I thank you, sweet Spirit, for this community, the support we may offer one another to lift and to love together. Thank you for these blessings of this day. And so it is.
Well, we've got one last song for you. If you're able to stand up with us, we'll sing out into this day together.